Hey, in this video, I want to quickly talk about how we can write better in less time. Now, this isn't going to be a video about flow state or like where to write, how to write, at what time you should write, even though morning would probably be the best. This is a video on how to find inspiration and creativity, basically everything. You have to write all the time. Now, when I say write, I don't mean like with a pen and paper or like on your keyboard, but you have to write your thoughts. Not on paper though, just in your mind. You have to take note of all the different things that surround you and take them in and try to grab some sort of relativity in these different objects or like nature itself and try to somehow apply that into your own writing. Now, this is a great way to get past writer's block because when you're constantly adding more and more like creativity and imagination to your brain, you have more and more tools that you can pull out of your toolbox to help you write when you actually sit down and write. I think a lot of writers make the mistake thinking that they're only writers when they're writing. No, we are writers all the time, but we only do the actual task of writing when we sit down and actually start to write. But what do we do when we aren't actually typing? See, for most of us, it's we go to work or we might go to school or we'll just be like, having leisure time and we won't really be thinking about how these things can really incredibly boost our actual writing. It's like we write and then we get done and then move on to the next task. But really, writing is never really done. It's a constant like evolution of ideas. Your story will benefit hugely if you try to understand what I'm trying to get across. You have to take all the opportunities in a day, right? Maybe you're driving to work, or maybe you're talking to someone, or maybe you're walking your dog, going for a hike. All these different things have the power to inspire you in your story. Now, say in a conversation with a stranger, you might find out something like very, sad about their past. And you'll just immediately begin to think of like, man, that's a very interesting backstory. There must be a way to include this in my own story, in my own book. Or you might be walking your dog and notice the interesting structure of a house. Maybe it's something that you've never really noticed before. But now, since you're including all of these activities in your writing sphere, you now notice that, man, if I describe this house, I think it'll be just what I need for this neighborhood. I didn't really know how to describe this haunted house before, but now this exterior, I can actually see it with my vision, not just my imagination, but I can see it and I can write it down more clearly because I was looking for writing within the world. If you're driving to work, you have plenty of moments to take in the surrounding scenery. All these things can add opportunity to your imagination to further develop, say, a fantasy world. There's nothing ever new, even with writing. You might think that you have a brilliant idea, but really it's already been experienced by someone somewhere at some time. Maybe the theme is different, or maybe the setting is different, but those basic emotions and experiences, the pain and joy that your characters are experiencing, is the same thing that many people right now are experiencing. So if you take the time to talk to them, you might draw inspiration. If you take time to listen to their stories, you might find stories within them that you could write, not necessarily about them, but about their experience, extracting from those stories the emotions and ideas that they carry with them. Really just a quick little thing to think about how we can find inspiration with whatever we do. I know that that's thrown around a lot, but really no one really stops to think about what this actually means. What does it mean to find inspiration in everything? It means to clearly think about how all these things can help you with writing. Even if you go, say, for a movie date, right? You go to watch a movie. In the back of your mind, you can be thinking about how this experience that you're having right now is aiding your story, the emotions, the experience. And then on the screen, you can also take different things that you like about the movie or that you think might fit in your own story. Like I said, nothing is new, okay? As long as you don't copy it, right? But you can take like the experience from this or the character idea from that and place them all in this story that you're working on right now. So I believe that this is the end of this video. Like I said, just a little quick idea that I want to give you all. I know that a lot of us struggle with writer's block, lacking creativity, maybe just like lacking the confidence to put whatever you want down on paper. But if you realize that all of these things have already happened before, you can have the confidence in saying something like, I'm just retelling this story. I'm not trying to offend anyone by saying that their story isn't special, but compared to the experiences, of real people, it's nothing new, and it will never be anything new. It's just a retelling with an interesting spin on it, and that's great. That's awesome. Keep up the good work, keep on writing, and if you want to book a call with me, you can down below. Like, subscribe, and share with a friend if they are struggling with writer's block. I think that this might be the last piece that they need to truly get them from struggling to flowing, creativity, imagination, and just enjoying writing again. I'll see you in the next one.